welcome back. You're listening to Throwback Thursdays with myself, Nikki Clarke, and I'm about to introduce to you the man of the hour. He is an actor, he's a radio personality, he is a film producer, he's doing great things for the community. Please welcome the one and only Keith Harris.
Hey. Thank you for that extraordinary introduction right there, Nikki.
Oh, you're more than welcome, and you deserve it. You are so great at what you do. You have an amazing hit video show, The Keith Harris Show, and I'm just really happy to be part of the Throwback Thursday legacy that we're trying to put together.
Right. Oh yeah.
So, you interview so many people. People, like your style. You're laid back. You're informative. You're funny. But not too many people know, what makes you tick and what you've been up to. So I am so happy to be in that side of the couch where I get to interview you right now. And so here we go. So tell us a little bit about where you started off in radio. Where did that begin?
Let's see. Radio. You know what? It's radio was actually the more latter part of what I my, I want to say, I don't know if I should use the term career or my aspirations in the industry or the entertainment industry. I tell you what, Nikki, I never knew that I would be on the radio. As a matter of fact, I didn't see that coming. Because for me, as I was younger, I started out wanting to, a lot of kids, we grow up and we want to be we want to be front and center, we want to be seen, and, especially with our generation. So I didn't know that I was going to end up on the radio. It just kind of turned out that way because of traveling and locations and things like that. And I ended up in North Carolina, as you know where I'm at. I ended up in North Carolina where there was not a lot of media industry. Like, yourself where you're at. You're used to being able to see people. You're always on the scene. You're doing things. As you remember, you used to take me to events. You know what I mean? Right. And so there are not a lot of things that were going on here. So what I figured it would be a smart move for me to do was start to connect with radio, and especially internet radio, so that, I could be more on a global level and reach all of the different people and still deal with some of the connections that I had in the industry. So that's what brought it to radio for me, or internet radio. But I tell you where I started out in the high school plays. My first just in the industry, I think my first role was Santa Claus, if you can believe it. Skinny old me plays.
Wow. Santa Claus. Was that in a play?
Yeah, that was in a school play. And I played Santa Claus one year, and then I played Pigpen from Charlie Brown. The little.
I like the dance you did. Did you like kick up dirt when you were dancing side to side?
Yeah, I had to. You know what I'm saying? I had to keep the dirty sheet thing with me and everything, like, the whole time. And that, funny enough, but that's where I think it began for me, and wanting to be in front of crowds and do public speaking.
Okay. So you got bitten by the acting bug very early.
Yeah.
And that led you to an interest in public speaking. And so did you do any debating, that kind of thing, in high school?
You know what? I ended up making I think it was class president. I can't remember if I won. This is so long ago. I'm 25 now. It's like, no, I'm joking. But no,
I'm 25 too.
But yeah, no, it was so long ago I can't remember. I think I either won class president in middle school, or either I was like the runner-up. I don't know, but I was definitely chosen to be one of the people to do public speaking, just because I was good at it. And it's something that I kind of like to do, but just and kind of being a guy that really was outspoken to speak up for the underdog and stuff like that. So I did a few things, but I wasn't on the podium a whole lot of times, and things like that. My first, and then I had the rap group. Me and my friend from school had our little rap group called Raw Material. You know what I'm saying? And that was back when the MC Hammer pants was out, Nikki. And so hopefully those photos won't leak out. You know what I'm saying? Onto the internet. But Camilla Scott, you remember Camilla Scott show?
I do. That was a good one.
That was one of my first.
It was short-lived too. Yeah, I love that. That was a lot of fun. That was like kind of that Ricky Lake vibe where she went out into the audience and interviewed people. Yeah, that was a good show.
Yeah, that was, like you said, it was a short-lived scenario. Back at that time, I got to be honest, I was like really pulling what would be considered publicity stunts back in that day. You know, okay. So yeah, Electric Circus. I've been on there.
Were you one of the dancers?
Yes, I was.
Oh my goodness! Oh, what was the dance? What was your shuffle? Like,
I went on.
Running Man?
Say that again.
Was it the Running Man? Like, what was your dance specialty?
You know what? I had. I don't know. I think mine was like the WAP back then. Remember the WAP?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I went on there because they had a lot of different styles on there. I was just sitting there because I had just came to Toronto around that time, and Toronto was heavy in the scene with stuff like that. So I figured this is a good opportunity. It was a little different because it was easier to get on TV in Toronto way back then. It's easier than it is now. So I had been around the industry in Atlanta, with hanging with, people like Def Squad back in the day at the Def Squad Mansion and all kinds of stuff like that. So I was already kind of familiar with the industry, but hadn't been able to find my door in. So when I got to Toronto, it just kind of opened the door for me, and I did certain things just to get seen, for people to recognize me. And I don't know. From then, I just kind of, I just kind of got the bug for it, like you say, and just never looked back, really.
Wow. Well, so you've got a lot of preparation to greatness. Like, you've done quite a bit. I'm sure you've met a lot of great people. Who are some of the people in your life who mentored you, who gave you that spark to continue with what you're doing now?
Oh wow! I'll tell you, one of the first people was, and this goes back. One of the first people was DJ Nabs. A lot of people might not remember who DJ Nabs is, and some either would, but Crisscross's DJ. Remember Crisscross Jump Jump?
I remember Crisscross.
Yeah.
Make you want to jump? Well, yeah.
Yeah, they, I, being around them people kind of, gave me inspiration and motivation. Hanging with So Def and people like that, going out back when the Platinum Club was open in Atlanta years ago. Watching those people gave me a lot of inspiration, and then really a lot of personal friends gave me inspiration too, just behind what just what they did, because they were business people, or they were people who wanted to follow their goals. I got to be honest, I spent, I've had a lot of meet and greets and even some conversations with people in the industry, but I really got more inspiration out of the people that I knew that were, working for companies like MCI. You know what I'm saying? I had two friends in Atlanta that work for MCI, good friends of mine from DC, and professional people like that just really has set my mind tone to really being a business pursuer, in that in regard. People like my older brother that raised me and kind of gave me responsibility. Because I tell you one thing, my inspiration really, Nikki, came from being able to stay out of the streets. And I think that was the biggest inspiration I could have had. Because if it hadn't have been for that, I could have been, just plain old on the wrong track. So, I can't give the same story like a lot of people would, where I would say, oh, well, it was these people and, hanging with this well-known person or that well-known person is what inspired me. It really wasn't that. It was the people who just kind of lived normal, average, down-to-earth, professional lives that really had responsibility, that really inspired me, because it kept me on track and kept me focused. Obviously, later on, people that I ran into, kind of changed for me once I got into the industry. Then it started to be different people. People like Maya Angelou. I had the opportunity to meet her, and she gave me a lot of inspiration. Paul Walker, rest his soul as well, was also one of the first people that I got inspiration from. Being able to sit down and talk to him on the set of Scars, I was in the movie Scars. I was in a scene with him, so being able to talk to him for a while was inspirational. Even people like yourself, also to mention, gave me a lot of inspiration. You gave me a lot of inspiration in Toronto, as a matter of fact. And honestly, a lot of ideas too, Nikki. I got a lot of ideas from you. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome.
Just watching the way you did things and the way you moved, let me know just how to deal with it. Because honestly, the scene in Toronto, when it came to having a show like you had, I didn't know what the people were looking for. I didn't know what the people attracted to. And so when I saw you doing what you did, then I was like, okay, you know what? Like, I had a genuine respect for it. So, that right there. And one more person also to, actually two more. One person in Toronto was a friend of mine named Jocelyn Uranius, who made me not afraid to go out there and because I was still shy. So she made me, she took me around and introduced me to people and said, hey, like, be yourself, be open and things like that. And also our friend Donna Lee. So a few people, but in different ways.
Right. Mm-hmm. Wow. So you've got a really great circle. I'm honored to be included in that circle of people of helping you get to that place of influence, and I'm really happy with that. And I think there's so much that you have to give, and I don't even think people understand the extent of your talent. But I think right now that you've been given an incredible opportunity in Las Vegas, right?
Oh yeah,
we're going to be doing some great things. Let's talk about that.
Okay. Yeah, that's real big right there. As a matter of fact, for me, it's an amazing opportunity that I get to work with a legendary filmmaker by the name of Ted V. Michaels on a new movie of his, which is 10 Violent Women Part 2. And it's an amazing opportunity for me, and because obviously I've got movie opportunities and a lot of people that I could work with, which is blessings. I'm not like blowing a horn or anything. They're all blessings. This particular one I chose to really ride with this program because, number one, he's a legendary guy. He's in his 80s. I got a lot of respect for him. And there's so many different things that I could learn from him. And it's hard in the industry that we're in. It really is a who type of industry. So to be able to get involved, and just be able to learn because I'm so closely involved with this project. I get to be on set. I get to work closely with him. I get to learn everything from being a cast member to being a crew member. I'll have a role in the film, which I can't go into too much about exactly the role that I'll be playing because we're not finished casting for everybody in the film yet. But there is some major names connected with this film, and Ted would be upset if I let him out. People we've all heard of, like they're movie icons, and so it's an honor for me to be able to work with these people, and I'm looking forward to that. And this is going to be the part 2 to one of his classic films before, as I said, 10 Violent Women Part 2. And to just give a bit about the plot, is it there will, to give a little bit away, I can't give away much, but just a little bit away, is there's a group of young women. One of them gets murdered by the mafia, and they have to figure out, these girls are trying to figure out how to get them back, and they go to the police, but now the police come to find out are crooked. Now everything is blowing up. The thing is, these girls happen to be fighters themselves, so they're good at martial arts, they're good at shooting guns, they're just good at kicking butt all the way around. So there's going to be a lot of action going down. I won't tell anybody whether I'm going to make it all the way through the film or whether I'm going to die halfway through, anything like that. But it's definitely going to be action packed. It's a good plot behind it. There's going to be, for a lot of the people out there who like the half-dressed, sexy women, is going to be all that in there. So it's going to be a well-rounded film, and I'm looking forward to it. And we will start filming in September.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And can you let us know a little bit about the film and who's involved in it?
Yeah, well, that's what I was just saying. I can't, you know, I wish that I could, and because it's you, I would especially love to. And as a matter of fact, as soon as I get the go ahead to say who these major people that are tied to it, other than myself, it's like, no, I'm joking. but yeah, but you know, then I will. But I can't give out the names and stuff like that of those people as of yet, because obviously, you know, these people are paid. They're paid the big bucks. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And so, you know, we don't. I haven't been given the word to exactly name drop on them yet and tell who they're gonna be. But as soon as I tell you what, though, as soon as I get the go ahead that I can say so, which will be in a couple weeks, then I would definitely make sure that you know first and foremost.
I'm the first one to know.
You know you're gonna be the first one to know. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that is so amazing. I'm so happy for you. This is a really big deal. So when we make our connection, either I come to North Carolina or Las Vegas, or you come to Toronto, we need to definitely raise a glass and toast to all the success.
You know what I was going to say? You know, I hate to put them out the picture like that, but you know what I'm saying? Come on down to Vegas. You know what I'm saying? When I get to Vegas, because I'll be there shortly. When we get down there, you got to
start packing. You say no more. I'm on my way. I would love Vegas. You know, that's amazing.
Yeah, North Carolina's cool and all that, but we'll do the Vegas thing instead. So, you know what I mean?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Anything else that you want to let us know about what you're up to, or?
You know what? Really for me, I mean, all I want to do is just kind of, let people know and do and just do my. Oh, also I want to kind of let people know about the Keith Harris GM Foundation, which is a nonprofit organization that I started. And the reason for that organization is to kind of help underprivileged youths, and not just youths, but different organizations, from charities to just elderly groups to people that's disabled and things like that. And so I wanted to do that instead of signifying or singling anybody out, because there's people of all walks that need help. So what that organization is about is, you got kids who going on field trips. You got elderly people who Medicaid and pharmaceuticals and things like that nowadays. There's always these battles going on about who's going to get health care and this, that, and the third. So I wanted to be able to start something that could help donate funds to people like that, and could also help donate clothes and apparels and things of that nature to people who need them. So, it's just an all around the board scenario. A lot of people come up with different things to help causes that they believe in. And I like that. I love that. Me in particular, what I wanted to do is come up with something that would help people who needed it in general, right? Because somebody else could have a problem. I mean, you got people out there who just don't even have food to eat. You got people who don't have groceries and things like that. And a lot of times it's difficult. Everybody can't go get food stamps. Everybody can't do certain things. So I wanted to come up with something that would help everybody out. You got some older people out there who can't get their cars fixed. You know what I'm saying? And, everybody needs help in their own way. So I just wanted to come up with an organization that just shared the love with everybody. So that's the Keith Harris Foundation that Keith Harris GM Foundation that I started as well. And other than that, I just wanted to kind of let everybody know that, look, anything that you want to do is possible. Like, don't let nobody tell you cannot do it. The road is not going to be easy. There's definitely that case. In most situations it's going to be dark before it gets light. But you just have to stick believing in yourself. Stay focused on your goal. Always set your goals high, but take small goals one step at a time to get to your larger goal. And you know, and give a shout out to all my haters. You know what I'm saying? People who said that, you know, things couldn't be done. But you know, and you know that's pretty much about it. Just being a down to earth guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And I'm just really happy to see all these wonderful blessings unfold. And I'm sure there's much, much more there for you that I think is going to just explode in Las Vegas when you see you in action. So very excited for you. And here's a magical question. If people want to get on your show, the Keith Harris show, when you're back in form, we're going to be off for a couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, we're off for a few weeks. We need it.
So if they want to get in touch with you to be a guest, if they want to sponsor the show, if they want to know more about, you know, who you are as an actor, to book you for some work, how do they do that?
Let's see. Well, you know what? I guess through social media. That's really been my main handle nowadays, is just, you know, dealing with social media and things like that. I got to be honest, unless people, you know, people like yourself that really just kind of know me personally, you know, I mean, because I don't have an agent, you know, I don't have a manager and all that kind of crazy stuff. So, you know, for people like yourself who know me personally, you can just, you know, they can just call me on the phone. So I think that's really something. I don't know. I hate to put it like that, but unless you know me, you probably just can't get in touch with me that easy, right? But you know, for people who want to say hey and keep up with me and stuff like that, Facebook, Twitter. I don't really do Instagram too much.
They can leave a message on hotline on the, I think there's a chat room. They can leave a message for Throwback Thursday.
Yeah, they can do that. As a matter of fact, see there, look, exactly. That's. You see what I'm talking about when I said I a lot of stuff that I learned from you, I still could use a few things, as a matter of fact. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
I'm here for.
But
well, that is so amazing. Again, Steve, like, very, very happy for you, proud of you, and let's just keep building.
Hey, look, and also right, and I also want to remind everybody too that, you know, look. You know, the Throwback Thursdays show, you know, again, because I want to just kind of touch on this. Nikki and I have known each other for quite some time. You know what I'm saying? We work together. And, you know, I definitely want to say, and I've probably said this briefly a couple of times before, but to everybody out there, I definitely want to thank you, Nikki. You know, and the reason is because you really... You know, you took me on board. You remember our conversation. You probably remember. I don't know if you remember totally how it went, but you know, I came to you a few years ago and asked to be a part of your situation, and you looked out for me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like you got me plugged in. You know, with the station you were at and everything like that. And you know what I'm saying? So I thank you for that, and I tell you why that meant a lot to me, because I got a lot of confidence from that. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is in a professional manner. I learned how to, you know, how to be able to professionally do my job and go sit down on set and how things ran and, you know, all the meet and greets and stuff like that and introduce me. So, you know, again, I really want to thank you for that, because like I said, a lot of people can get on, you know, shows and they talk about, you know, everything after the fact and, you know, what's going on with you know, when the lights and cameras are flashing. But I think what's important for people to remember is where all of that came from, just to, you know, a lot of the things that got you to where you are. So I just got to pay homage to that and again say thank you. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're more than welcome. No, that's, I believe in lifting everyone up. Everyone can fly if we can fly together, and I totally believe that, you know, our connection was meant to be, and I'm glad to see wonderful things happen for you. So.
Yeah, no doubt.
It was my pleasure.
No doubt. You know, because you held me down. And I think a lot of people should know that too. You're gonna run into people. Some people are gonna turn their back on you, because I've had them people. People who turned their back. You know that. You know. And so you know, that's what it's about though. You stay focused on what it is you do. So again, I appreciate you not turning your back and always being there for me, and that's what's up.
Thank you. And I think that's part of our success, you know, getting to know who you are, Keith, is that we've always been true to ourselves, and we've always remained authentic, and I still stay humble and stay hungry.
Oh, yeah.
That's the ingredients for me.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
I walk right, and I I answer to a higher power. If I make a mistake, I say I'm wrong.
hey,
That's what keeps me straight.
And I'm looking forward to getting to I'm looking forward to catching up. I don't know how long it's going to take me to catch up. You're going crazy with awards and everything like that, and just being recognized, and you deserve every bit of it. So again, you always set the bar. So you got a bar to set to, and I'm gonna keep trying to meet that bar. And Throwback Thursdays, everybody out there listening, look, make sure y'all stay tuned in for Throwback Thursdays, because we are going to take it to another level. Don't get it confused. It's just that a lot of us, Nikki and I are so busy. You know what I'm saying? Like, we both have these different worlds, and we always make sure we make time to be involved in each other's worlds. But expect a lot of different things and a lot of new things to go on with our show on Throwback Thursdays too. So do not, so definitely do not sleep on that. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But yeah, so and listen, I thank you. I thank you for taking time to to talk to me. You know what I'm saying? And you did that on behalf of everybody else. So I really appreciate that.
Oh no, it's been a long time coming, and I'm glad I had this chance.
Yeah.
And we get to know who you are. The real Keith Harris.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you again for creating a platform for so many people.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't say thank you, Keith,
yeah.
but know that you are appreciated and that you are doing great things to help give people a chance.
Yeah.
And that's why all that will be coming back to you, and you'll be amply rewarded for all your unselfish work.
No doubt, too. Yeah, I'm glad you said that too. Big shouts out to everybody. Big shouts out to everybody that I'm down with, or that I feel like I'm down with, that don't holler at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still, I know it's mad love. I still got love for them, and I know they got love for me. And and for any of those that might get to hear this, that haven't reached out to me, that know my, that might know how to find me or know how to get in touch with me. If you don't, if you feel some type of way, which I don't have any enemies. That's the good part about it. I can honestly say, like, I'm a stand-up guy. I don't have enemies and things, but if it's any people out there who have not reached out to me just because they might feel like I'm in a different world right now, or I'm just doing other things, so I don't have time for them, total nonsense. Don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? I'm still me. All my close friends who know me know that about me, and so I'm mad respect to them too, because they realize that, what, they say to themselves, he in a different place right now. We know everything's still cool. He in a different place right now. Let him do his thing. When it's our time, it'll be us again. So for all those who don't quite understand that and don't realize that, look, reach out to me, holler at me, like, get at me on Facebook, hit me up on the show. Like Nikki said, you know what I'm saying? Just reach out. Like, there's no walls up. We just, we're in a different place. So just show love. Because one thing that I'll never condone is leaving your own people behind. You know what I'm saying? The people who you were down with before you get to certain places. I would never look back and turn my nose up at people like that. But then people also got to realize that you can reach backwards and stick your hand out, but you can't lean. If you lean too far, you're gonna fall over yourself. You know what I mean? So so people got to realize that's, like, meet me halfway, holler at me, like, I'm still here. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's awesome. All right, Keith. I think it's that time we throw a little bit of throwback.
Yeah.
Hits. And what we got?
I don't know. We'll get into something. Who knows? We'll pick something out. Let's see. We got a lot of stuff. So, okay. We'll play some.
You got it?
Yeah, let's get it. We'll play some Hove. Get that dirt off your shoulders. Right here. Or Throwback Thursdays. Don't y'all touch that dial.